Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, JennyReaction. Now before we get started, please make sure to like, share, and also subscribe, and also have all your post notifications on, because once I drop a video, y'all will be notified. Hope each and every one of y'all is having a blessed, beautiful day. Now, as you can see by the title, I will be reacting to the Crier family. I was a victim of road rage today. Shot, almost fired. Crier family. All right, so let's go see what's all this about.
The channel and all that stuff, man. Bro, I just had some crazy stuff happen to me. I literally had to like pull over at this gas station, man. I just left Home Depot, but it wasn't on purpose, but I had no choice. I want to say this right here, man. I almost lost my life today, or I almost took somebody's life today. But I think that it would have been the other way around for that person. I think that it would have ended really bad for them. Road rage out here is real, man. It's 100% real.
Well, glad everything came out fine for him and nothing serious happened in this incident that occurred.
So I'm rolling up Highway 6. Finna go find this restaurant called Chick-fil-A, because I wanted to do like this little mukbang for you guys. But unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to do it because spooky stuff happened. So I'm coming up the street. I just left a gas. Now I'm at a gas station right now, but I had left a gas station about like 35-40 minutes ago maybe. And as I'm leaving this gas station, I pull out in the intersection, and the light, there's like 3 lanes. There's a left turning lane, and there's one lane you can go straight, and then there's one lane where you can make a right turn. So as I pull it out,
I have noticed about Damian Crier, this is not the first, I guess, altercation that he gets himself into, because I remember a couple of videos back he stated that he had to move out from where he lived at because somebody leaked his address. So Damian needs to be very careful of his surroundings and where he's heading to. Also, I think it was the same video, but another video that he also stated that somebody broke into his home. Now, could it be that somebody is out to get Damian and trying to harm him? Because for him to move out from where he lived at because somebody leaked the address, and then have a home invasion, and then now this, it makes you kind of think that maybe somebody probably is actually after him.
The traffic was clear. There was one vehicle that's sitting at the light already. I pulled out of the gas station, and I get behind a car, but I'm not close to the car. So this white pickup truck speeds up from behind me, zooms around, and jumps in front of me, literally hitting my truck by a fraction. So I blew the horn to make him alert, like, yo. And I looked up. This dude gave me the birdie right in his mirror. So you know what? I gave him the birdie back. So the guy started doing all this stuff, and, like he was reaching and stuff. So it kind of startled me a little bit, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe he just capping. Then he started throwing up these little signs in the mirror. I guess they gang signs. He was like a Spanish dude or Mexican or whatever. But, so, you know what I did, man? I gave him the birdie back.
All right, so if he's saying that this could be a potential road rage, the way this word is, it is very crazy that anybody is getting killed for the smallest little thing. I think he should have just ignored the man and not responded back. I understand he got upset because the guy almost hit him and he beeped the horn. But for him, like, saying all this stuff in the mirror and everything, I think he should just had ignored it, or should have called 911 and report the incident that was going on. Because at this point, if you agonizing the situation, you putting yourself in harm's way, because you don't know the mindset of these people nowadays. Because these people nowadays, it ain't the way it was back then. Like, this era right now is crazy.
Light turned green. I go around the guy. He's sitting at the light as the light is green. I go around him because he's sitting there being a jerk, making all these signs in his mirror. As I go around him, he speeds up in front of me and blocks my truck off. Now, mind you, this is in the middle.
This is at the point that he should have had called 911 and put a report in case something actually did occur in the situation, because the way that he explained it, saying that the guy blocked him, it's a very scary situation.
Like, right now in daylight, guys, like it's people everywhere, cars and the other lanes turning and stopping and looking. speeds up in front of me. He opens his door, and as I open, so I threw my truck in park, and I open my door, he jumps back in this door.
So why would he want to open up the door when this man's coming out from his truck, not knowing what this man might have on him? Like, I understand he wants to defend himself, but it's a life-death situation. You could have had gotten yourself seriously injured, because if you would have had came out and this man was already out the truck, he could have pulled something out and harm you.
Back in this truck and did whatever, so I sped on him around him, and I noticed that he was behind me. So what I did, I said, maybe he's turning this way. So I get over in a different lane. He gets over in another lane. So I said, wait a minute now. So now I'm on a street that has 4 lanes to it. There's a Home Depot right there. So I zoom over to the next lane, and I see him behind me. Like, he comes over from the other lanes and jumps in behind me. And so I'm like, this is finna turn bad right here. Tail right here, real quick. All I'm doing is going to Chick-fil-A, bro. Excuse me, I'm sitting there drinking this soda, man. I am so freaking pissed. So I zoom over in a Home Depot parking lot so I can find a good place to take cover, and other people is not going to get hurt. So I zoom over in the Home Depot parking lot. My truck, like, I turned so fast, the back of my truck kind of spent and almost hit another truck that was coming out of Home Depot. So I hear, and he zoomed up in the parking lot right behind me. So what I did was hurried up. There was like 3 other cars like parked. They wasn't occupied by anybody. These people might have been inside the Home Depot. So I grabbed my bag. Because this dude, he jumped out his car, but you can see him doing this right here. He had his door open.
Again, he should have called the cops. That's some scary stuff. I don't...
Open. He jumped out his car with his door open, and you can see him doing this right here. Doing this. So I did the same thing, but mine was real. I jumped out the car, unzipped my bag, and I just pointed it. He jumps in his truck and then takes off, right? So I'll tell you guys.
Hopefully he got the license plate and made a report on the guy that, had road rage on him.
Right here. The guy might have acted like that he had a stick with him, but he really didn't have a stick with him. What he was doing was trying to intimidate. Road rage, that's the easy way for somebody to lose their life right there, because everybody out here is not playing. The first thing I thought about doing was spitting a round off, not in his direction, but just like up in the air, just to let him know, bro, listen, don't play with me like that. But it's like, you nearly hit me, and all I did was blew the horn at you, and you ready to go to the cemetery over road rage, man. And I realized that when he did all this and did all and opened the door to his truck and got out, and when he actually seen mine, he actually jumped back in his truck and sped off, because I wasn't doing all this gestures. No, I upped mine, and I'll make sure that he's seen it and he takes off. But it's real out here, man. It's real out here. It's real to do to protect yourself. People talk all this stuff like, oh, Mr. Cryer, listen, you're not allowed to carry, you're not allowed to do this. Listen, bro, this is the state of Texas.
I understand that you want to carry the weapon and protect yourself and stuff like that, but you should also have called the cops and reported the situation in case this happens again, because you don't know how crazy some people is. They can come back for you and try to do harm. Like, you should also have written down his license and reported, because if you're explaining the way that you're explaining that this man had road rage and he was completely out of control, then the best thing you should have had done was, call the cops and inform them what's going on. And if you have your phone, and you could have quickly, while you in the vehicle, took a picture of his license plate or something to protect you.
Man, as long as it's different out here, man. People is not playing out here. I would rather get caught with a stick on me than to get caught without it. Oh, well, I'll just be on my way back, or I have to pay a lot of money to find out, because I'm not going to lose my life out here when I got an opportunity to protect my own self. There is no law or nobody going to tell me not to protect myself. In the day, it could have ended in the loss of life. And I know I got people who love me. Now, that guy, the way that he was moving, I got a feeling that he might have been on drugs. He like that he was in a rush to go nowhere. It looks like that he was purposely trying to start something and, really just pull somebody's trigger today. It looks like that he was already agitated and ready to, I mean, like, who does that, man? If you literally pull in front of somebody and you almost finna hit him, well, I ain't gonna say head on, but when he came around my truck, I mean, the other lanes was wide open. He could have just, like, cruised right on in. There was no other car behind me at the time that I pulled out of the gas station. He could have just pulled in behind me, turned his blinker on, waited till the light turned green. But there was like a little bit distance between me and the car that was in front of me, which means that he could have waited patiently like everybody else. But because I had like a little gap in front of me, he decided to take advantage of it. And if you guys would have seen it, man, it was bad. It was bad. So I realized today, man, that, I mean, I'm a very serious person. And so as I seen this guy that was capping like he had a stick on him, he didn't have any stick on him, but he was one of them young dudes. He was younger than me. I put him at about 30, about maybe 30 years old. Looked like he was having a bad day or he was on some drugs or medication or whatever the case is. So after he realized that I really had a stick on me and that I was willing to use it, he realized that he would have lost his life playing around like that, because you can't play around like you got a heater on.
Or it could have been reverse. Damien could have lost his life because he reacted to the guy. I understand he wanted to defend himself and everything like that, but yeah, he gotta be cautious of what he do when he's in a situation in road rage, because nowadays, like I said, people are crazy. People are killing people for the smallest little thing, and you know, he got kids. I thought about the kids and also himself. Like, he should have had, you know, like I said, call the cops or just make sure he get the license plate to report it, because what makes you think if he didn't do this to Damien, he could do it to another person?
And if you really don't, people do it all the time. I had an incident happen to me about a year ago where this guy pulled in front of me in a really aggressive, dangerous manner and almost hit me. I wasn't driving this truck. I was driving my Mustang, I think, and I blew my horn. He did the same thing. He pulled up beside me, flipped his finger off the seat.
You see, this is not the first situation that he was in, and he just needs to be careful because something ain't right about this whole situation. Like, he got his home broken into. Somebody pulled a gun out of him. He got into another road rage accident, I think, like he said, last year. And now this one. Now, if I was Damien, I would keep an eye on my surroundings, make sure I put cameras in my home.
So I had to just take it. And so I just kind of like let him cool off or whatever and let him just go on past me. I like slowed down and let him just go past, because I didn't want that dude follow me to my house. These people out here is crazy and they will kill your ass, bro. But when the guy realized at Home Depot that I was actually strapped, I was good to go, he realized number pretty much. So when he sped out the parking lot, I didn't know if he was speeding out to circle back around or to park on the side street. I'm looking because I'm kind of watching my surroundings. I'm kind of about 20 minutes from the area where the shit took place at. But when he realized that I had mine and I wasn't playing and that I was going to use it, he sped off, but I kept watching to see if he was going to pull over to this intersection, and then, but he didn't. I watched him go in a distance. So as I get back in my truck and I cool off for a second, this other F-150 pulled up next to me and had this guy and this lady in it. They were Spanish as well. And the guy wrote this to me. You know, he went like this to me. At the time, I was heated. And he was like, you know, I said, you know, I was like, what's going on, bro? He was like, good job, man. Good job. He said, I'm glad that you didn't do anything crazy. And so I had to tell him thank you. So basically, him and his girl, they purposely out of the Home Depot parking lot to make sure I was cool. But
all right, I'm gonna stop it here. I'm glad that Damien Cryer is okay and safe, but like I said, something a little fishy about the situation, because it's not the first time that this situation happens to him. Hopefully he be more wiser and not do what he did here. Try to go forward with the people, I guess, that was trying to confront the person that had road rage. So guys, leave a comment down below and let me know how you feel about the situation that occurred with Damien Cryer, and I'll catch y'all next time with another reaction.